welcome to another very special episode of this podcast. I'm your host, Frank Sinclair, and on the program today, as usual for a while, we have my friends Johnathon and Taylor. They're a real treat. This intro is a tribute to Taylor's really unhealthy relationship with the hit NBC show The Office. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for listening.
Frank would make. No, put it back on. Put the click back on for a second.
Okay. One second. I don't have my normal setup, so I don't know how to do this.
Oh, you can't just click the metronome?
No.
All right.
Do you still want
Frank
to
would make $100 if I just hit that vape, but I don't want him to make $100, so I won't hit the vape because it would come straight out of my pocket. I don't want that to happen. I have a few $100 in my pocket, and I'm saving them for getting stuff for my daughter and myself, or putting it in the bank to pay for some bills, or
For
something.
bills.
Hello. Oh, you can hear. Can I get a little bit up?
Yeah, so here, let's stop it for 1 second.
Schneebly.
Okay, Taylor, now speak.
Speak loud, speak now, forever hold your peace.
Okay, 1 second, that was mine.
Yep, I thought so.
Okay, now speak.
Speak now. There we go.
Speak
I like that.
now.
So forever hold your darn
Wait,
peace.
I'm certainly not based up enough.
Oh, I hear you just
You're
fine.
not
There you
based
go.
up enough?
I don't sound bassy
Can I
enough.
tell you something,
Why does
man?
my voice sound
Okay,
so high?
so
I like that.
Because that's actually how your voice sounds.
I like that you brought that out.
When they listen to this,
Looks like moonshine.
when they listen to this, I think it'll be aesthetically pleasing. When they listen to
That's
this,
not going to be, though.
why not?
No, it wasn't.
What's wrong with that? You won't even be able to see it.
Can you just turn down the brightness?
turn down for
Oh,
what?
oh yeah.
Just a
Turn down the
little bright.
brightness.
Hey,
Yeah,
did you
there we go.
release our
Should I
part
turn down
2?
this brightness? This seems a little bright.
I don't.
No, that's okay.
I'm gonna roll my sleeve down. I literally, my pig. It's
What
like
are
a
all
pig
these
arm.
just
My arm
loose
looks-
screws doing here?
I stabbed my leg last time.
We talked.
Yeah,
We talked enough last time about how bad.
the table.
the
is,
table
yes,
was-
that's true.
Did
We've been
you-
over how bad the
Did
table
you
is.
release part 2 yet?
No. So
Okay.
I made all the music for it and stuff.
Hello.
Can I tell you guys something?
Yeah.
So, I was like, I had so much fun last time we recorded that I was like, why the hell did I stop making my podcast? Fuck, man, that was so much
Then you
fun.
realized I was
And then-
making it with idiots. and
No.
Just kidding.
No, here's what it was, because I had a good time then.
Parties.
I had a
Yeah.
good time then. I had a good time then as well. Here's what it was, is that after I record, I then have to,
P.
no, I then
You
have to
go through all the
plug the shit
post-production.
Yeah.
into the computer, put
Takes
it
a
on the
minute.
computer, edit the audio, adjust everything, fix the dumb shit when Jonathan fucking goes with his can right into the microphone, fix that fucking
I
shit.
didn't do that. I watched it.
That
didn't do
was
that.
you.
It
That
was over
you.
here. My microphone was
It's
here.
in part 2. You
And the
went
dr-
into your goddamn mic. You go, didn't that sound nice or some shit?
Okay.
And I have to fix that, and it takes me a minute.
We're
You know
a-
what I mean?
We're
It doesn't
a
actually
little
take a minute, but-
premature with the telling Jonathan how to be on a podcast.
I
bit.
gotta get
Okay,
used to
all right.
this.
It's gonna be a running fucking gag, dude.
The running gag is that I get cut off every time I start to speak.
That's also true. So you listen to the first part,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that happens
Like so. Okay.
It's because you open
It
with
happens.
so.
I don't open with
no,
so.
Okay,
Don't
you
open with
you
so.
yeah. It,
No, I
it,
don't
asking
open with
someone
so. I
to
do not open with
interrupt
so.
you.
it does happen a lot though. You get interrupted.
Yeah.
But then you'll end up saying what you got interrupted.
Well, it would have. No, it would have
what
been
was-
good in the moment. That's
Now
the
you're interrupting
problem.
me.
Yeah. How's that medicine taste?
You
Your
are
own kind?
so 1 second. You could tell exactly what my point was, right?
Yeah.
But I still don't think that what you just said about it invalidates it.
Well, it
You'll
might.
say
It might.
It might,
It might.
but I don't
Let's
think
try
it will.
it. Let's try it.
So-
today. So what I was gonna say is I have to get used to the camera being backwards because I just pointed, thinking I'm pointing at Jonathan, looking at myself and thinking I'm pointing at Frank, and then I realized nope,
just a
it's
shard of
so
glass.
self-absorbed. Don't
Damn, I
look at
just cut
yourself.
myself.
Don't look at yourself over there. Look at us.
I can't
That's not
really
real.
see myself.
That
What
is
was I
weird,
saying?
though. It's
I
weird
see
that
like
it's
you can't
inverted.
see
shapes. Well, I don't see
Taylor,
like my face.
it's the viewfinder. It's like a
Wait,
monitor.
is that me?
It's tiny.
I thought we were watching three dudes.
When,
make
if
a
you
podcast.
if this same thing was on a TV, you would be like, oh fuck,
You're
there
so
I am.
Small.
And also, that is
Wait,
about
let's
the
see
size
if
of
I
my
can-
TV anyway.
only
So,
this
oh my
big.
god.
that is my TV size.
No, what I was saying is you'll be interrupted by us usually.
Moo.
You'll be interrupted.
Interrupting cow.
And then eventually we'll die down because
Yeah.
you're usually interrupted because we're playing off each other, we're talking to each other, we're making each other laugh, whatever. We're having a good
I'm just
time.
the third wheel, right?
No, and you think it's so important what you thought of to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
That you then wait for us to stop and then you say whatever was interrupted.
Yeah, and then it
and
falls
it's always
flat.
bad. Yeah.
I don't think you're the only
That
one
hurts,
to get
man.
interrupted.
Okay.
You're
I'm
one
sorry.
of
I
That
wanna
is
kinda-
unfair. I think
well,
that's
you
a
were
little bit
very
unfair.
accusatory.
No, you're the
at
one
the
who
start
brought it
of
up
this.
a couple days ago. You were like, man, when I was watching that back, I realized we interrupted you
Yes,
like crazy.
you're right.
Oh,
in
really?
in
I
a
haven't seen it.
diplomatic
Yeah.
with a
That's
with a very amicable and diplomatic tone, I said to you, "We made a mistake and that we interrupt you all the time." And then you start going after me like
No, it's
way
part.
too
It's
much.
part of it anyway.
It's fine
It's
to
part of it.
acknowledge that. Yeah, we
Right.
do.
Is
you
it the
know, we both are
surprise that
acknowledging
you
it.
don't like that you don't know you're about to be interrupted and then you're interrupted and
No,
it throws you off?
Well, here's
Because
the
I
here's the thing.
could do something. To
I
let
think
you know, like,
yeah.
so.
Well, here's the thing. So if we're just having a conversation and I end up saying like this is actually a really good example, if you will,
Where's my
of
fucking money?
just our conversations normally.
Yeah, it is.
And so like I'll start to say something, you guys are talking, like it happens in real life. But then when I say something like after you guys are done, usually it still gets kind of a laugh. But it's weird when it's like in a video or a podcast format when it's kind of moved on from the point, and then I still am like I have to say it at the end,
Right.
and I say it, and then
No,
it just
we're
kind of
trying
is
to be
like
professional.
It's not weird.
It just falls
not
flat.
Weird. People are still. Whoa, that's some bass.
You hear the note in that?
they
Goodness,
have to
the
they have to live
What
around
is that,
here
an E flat.
because every
Charlie Pooh? I know you said it last time.
every
Did I
night.
say it
There's
last
video evidence of
No,
it. Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
it last time.
Okay, so here's
I'm
what
a
has happened. I
one-trick
know you just got
pony. I'm
interrupted.
just a stupid one-trick pony.
Let me explain what has happened. So you guys have seen part 1 because it's been uploaded.
I don't know if Jonathan's seen the whole thing.
I haven't seen the whole thing. No.
That's fine.
I
Even
watched-
fucking
I watched the
you
whole thing.
can't stand the whole thing.
I watched the
no,
whole
I
thing.
just don't want to listen. Like I know what I said. I know what happened.
That's true. You're not like me.
no. like I can listen. I like anyone else. I like the sound of my own voice for some reason, especially hearing it after the fact. Like listening to my own voice through these headphones.
Well,
like
I'll
it's
tell you
nothing.
why. I'll
But
tell
it's
you
like
why.
that's past me.
That's part of it. That's part of it. But it's also because I fucking put some EQ on that shit.
No, does it sound bad?
So your bass is up. No, it's just that your voice is richer artificially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang. My voice doesn't sound like this.
I found myself
It
watching.
sounds like this, yes. It sounds like
Okay.
this, but
Well,
what
this
they
isn't-
will hear is not gonna.
It's rich.
Don't think that I just interrupted you
No,
because I was
you,
already
we, no,
saying
we were talking
something.
at the same time. I didn't say anything.
Okay. So, here's why I stopped making the podcast. I had such a good time, right? I go, oh, I had a fucking great time. Why did I ever stop? Can
It's
you?
the editing.
It's the edit. It's the
Yeah.
actual what it actually is.
yeah.
Is an hour or 2 of fun.
Mhm.
This part, it's the 2 hours of fun, and then it's like 4 or 5 hours of fuck.
Are you serious?
Yes.
4 or 5 hours.
Oh
Well,
my
so part of
gosh.
it is because I have shitty equipment, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to make something that's.
This is shitty equipment.
Well,
I
I'm
wouldn't know.
trying to make it as good as I can make it, but it is cheap, shitty equipment because, as we've already established, I am lacking in terms of money. I don't have a lot of money.
And not shitty equipment.
Like relative to the environment I grew up in, I'm very much lacking in money. You know?
I was rich growing
I
up.
don't remember
Not
the last time
rich.
I lived in a home with tile roof. Tile roof.
Or with
Hacienda.
less than 6 bedrooms.
With a goddamn pool.
I live in
Yeah,
a house.
fucking.
I live in a house
I'm
that has
swearing too much
shingles
already.
on
I'm
it.
starting to do it again.
I have asphalt shingles on my apartment. You know what I came from?
Clay
Stucco
roof.
walls.
But yeah, that's
stucco.
why I stopped it. And I know I said I want to make a bunch of these, and I still do. But now I just realize what that actually means.
Mhm.
Can you like auto EQ it?
So now it's the real podcast.
I don't think you need to EQ it.
This
Just don't
It's
EQ
not
it.
the EQ shit. It's not all that. It's that if we just listen to it raw, because eventually we're gonna be talking, we're gonna be laughing, we're gonna be going might have another drink or two, whatever. And if you listen to this part, it all sounds fine. It sounds nice.
Yeah.
And if you have it the same volume at that part, it'll be horrible. You know, it'll hurt you physically. It will hurt you. So that's the kind of stuff. Also,
I had that
because
with a Spotify ad today.
because I have crappy old equipment, at least like you don't want to really say things are crappy because like what Louis C.K. always talks about, where you're like
Because what if
the stuff is
AKG
actually
finds out?
well, you should just realize how blessed you are in your life to live in the world we
Yeah.
live in. This is amazing. all
That
of
is
it, you know?
true. That is true.
It is amazing, but relative to what most people work with,
Right.
it's garbage. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If I had the
Unless you're
alternative
a garbage
option,
man.
if I were able to, I'd definitely do alternative options,
Mm.
you know, hardware wise especially. So it's one of those things where when I am putting the podcast actually into like the video editor, the nice audio and the audio from the camera is just every 15 seconds just drifts off for some reason. So I actually have to go through every 15 seconds roughly
Oh,
and
really?
move the audio just slightly. Yeah.
that's
And
brutal.
if you pay attention, you will sometimes hear, as a listener, a little, or somebody's taking a breath and it'll go, or some shit. And it's because it's just the only spot where it was quiet enough where I could move it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, every 15
So it takes
seconds,
forever.
let's just talk really loud. Is that the remedy
No,
for
it's a
this?
speed issue. I don't know how it works,
So
but
congested.
basically the sound
Still.
with the video from the camera is linked, but this is faster. So I have to
Oh, okay.
pace it backwards
Gotcha.
all the time. And it doesn't like
Oh, okay.
it doesn't fit. You can't just move it one time and then it's linked up like you should be able to. You have to move it.
Well, are you sure?
'cause you
that
have
Depending
bad
on how
equipment,
long it
there's
is, you
no
have to
better
move it
option?
hundreds of times. But
Is there no better way to do it?
I've tried to find other ways to
What
do
are you
it. They all
editing with?
cost money. Just iMovie, an old iMovie. So
Okay.
the actual video. That's
Yeah.
what fucks it up is the video editor. the iMovie
okay.
editor.
Okay.
And I know people's go, iMovie? Well, yeah, you're making videos like a 14-year-old does. And yes, that's true, but it's because I don't have the parents now to just buy me better stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I try to, I try to budget, but
No, I think
Goddamn.
making the most of what you have is a really important skill.
well,
Especially when you spend so much money on the shit that you do have.
that's the thing
you
is
better
even this
figure out
shitty
how to make
shit,
the most of it.
this shitty shit was still thousands of dollars.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
you gotta milk it for years. You
you
better
gotta
milk
try
it
to
for
make it work.
years,
Well,
or
you gotta
you're-
also try to
or you're
figure out how to
losing.
make more money.
You're
It's
losing.
I think the main thing. But
I think
No,
for the
no.
sake of like
Just get as much use out of your bad equipment as
Right.
possible. Don't try to make.
I'm
any
like
more money.
48 and still
Yeah.
using all this.
I'm using iMovie. Okay.
Right.
I still haven't broken even. I'm still working.
I haven't even started uploading a podcast on
No,
like
I think,
virtual reality. Yeah.
Like music making though, I mean that's where you're primarily gonna see a return on your investment, right? Like,
Yeah,
you can
that's true.
absolutely with the equipment you have, you could see a return very easily.
How
I mean,
much
people-
does something
people-
good cost?
I mean, with
I
this-
mean,
within this
theoretically,
sort of
very
microphone,
easily.
people
Yeah.
will just record like a live set and make an EP of it.
Right. Right.
You know, like that's easy to do.
How much
um,
does good equipment cost?
Have you ever thought
I
about
don't
that?
know.
Have you ever thought about just doing?
Not off just the top of my
a
head.
live
It would
EP?
depend on what equipment and. But you can just look it up. I mean, on your phone right now if you want. You know, like look at a nice audio interface and a better computer and an editing software.
Oh,
I
this
mean,
is a
doesn't co-
MacBook.
doesn't come
Top
any
of the
nicer than
line.
this.
I
What
think
was
it's
this
like
2011?
I don't know. It's old though.
No, it's stupid. It's stupid that this isn't top of the line though. because they just
It is stupid.
it's
yeah.
absolutely
Well,
ridiculous.
it's not stupid that it's not top of the line.
Right.
It's stupid that it stops functioning.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
quickly. That's
That's
what's
should
crappy.
crappy.
strictly.
Yeah.
I think electronics should be strictly rented. You should not be able to purchase electronics. They should only be allowed to be rented because then
But
they
then
would
you
stay
would
in good shape.
you would
forever.
spend more money.
No, it's fine.
Then
No,
I would
because then you can
never get
upgrade.
anything done.
Yeah.
No, you can
Truly.
upgrade. You can upgrade. And it's you probably end up spending less than you would paying.
That's
off
actually
your
not a
computer.
bad idea though to try to rent equipment.
Yeah, just lease it. Like, stop buying shit because it's gonna be outdated in 6 months.
I
Just
don't
rent
know.
it. You'll spend less money.
No,
You'll
6
deal
months
with
is unfair, but
a year. A year. It's literally. It's
Maya has had her
completely-
laptop since senior year of high school, and
I
we use it
guarantee
every
you
day, and
it's
it works
outdated.
just fine.
It's outdated.
Sure, but it works for what we use it for.
Exactly.
No, that's great. I
It
think
doesn't
that's,
do all the new
that's great.
things. but-
Sure, but
Yeah.
if you're going to
You don't
try
need
to do
the
the new,
that-
no, you
that's
don't
the
need
thing,
the
is,
new
like
things.
the stuff that they're making now. Like I remember the big selling point. I don't know what iPhone it was, how many years ago it was, but one of the big selling points. I have an iPhone 8 or something. I think it was 2 or 3 iPhones after that, whatever. But when it was first coming out, the whole thing that the whole ad campaign was running on was that you could look in the camera for like selfies and recordings, and you'd be a cartoon pig head.
yeah,
And I'm like,
That's
and
the
I
X, I
need
think.
this shit.
that's what I have.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do I
Why?
need it? Now,
Yeah.
here's the thing. If I have a phone from fucking 2010 or whatever, and it's fucking not working anymore, that's one thing. But
Why
I don't
isn't
know.
it working though?
Yeah, exactly.
Why
it's like,
isn't it
how do you
working?
quantify not working?
Like, because the batteries replaceable. Like, freaking make it. What if it just costs less to fix your phone?
Well,
than to buy
I've
a new
realized
one?
I need to capitalize in the areas where I am wealthy.
Hot wife.
My youth was what I was thinking.
Time. Youth.
My youth.
Father time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Low responsibility. No kids yet.
No.
That's very useful for
What's
me.
that?
It's useful.
What's that like?
You never know what you
You
got
know what
till
that's
it's
fucking
gone.
like.
No,
God
you
damn.
can't even remember. You can't even
It
remember.
is
what
hard
it's
to
like.
remember.
It's just all a dream. Once you have kids, you're like, I think like
That's
I had
true.
I think I had a lot more time to do
Really?
a lot more things. I could have
But
been a
you
lot
just
more
had your kid.
successful.
I don't even
That's-
know how long ago.
Well, it's funny. He's 5
Not
months
long.
old.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like recent.
It's actually funny that he says that. It was either today or yesterday. I was thinking like, I was trying to think like, what was it like before kids? And I'm trying. I literally know I'm thinking like,
He's already using plural.
yeah,
too.
that's true. What was it like before
Hey.
kid?
You're right. You should have said kids.
Yeah.
That
What
would've
life-
sounded weird.
What life?
What was it
before
like before kid?
What was it like before child?
No, I really
think-
don't.
I
Rem-
think
like it's hard to
myself,
remember.
What life before
Mm.
kid?
And
Tell me about
and
that, Taylor.
granted, it was she was pregnant for 9 months, and so
Mm.
it's a little bit different than just being
Damn.
like single. Just got married, whatever.
It didn't sneak up on you.
Right. Well, so it's like, well, it's not the same normal for those 9 months, and then the 5 months since he's been
Oh, that's a good
on
point.
this side of the universe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to remember, and I'm thinking like, we could both sleep in. I don't really remember. It like really is
No.
hard to remember
you can't
what life
actually
was
remember
like.
what it was like
Interesting.
because you're completely different. Because you're a different
Yeah,
person.
right.
Well, I
looking
do want to
into
say
past
just real
experience.
quickly. I do want to say just real quickly that even while he was in utero, he was on this side of the universe.
This side of his mom. Like,
The inside.
Yeah.
The inside.
yeah, no, you're right.
There are two sides to every story. There are two
The
sides to every
insides.
mom.
Yeah,
The
Yeah,
inside?
That's true.
The outside.
The outside.
Yeah,
You were saying though, after you have kids, you change.
You change, and so you can't. I think this is why we can't remember our childhoods clearly. We have like these vague ideas of like nostalgia and novelty, but we can't fully remember what it was actually like because we're so just
Different.
ridiculously different than we were then. And so we're trying to like, I don't know, you have to be able to like turn into a different person in order to like fully experience what life was like in your own past, because you're not going to have an accurate idea of what it was because you're so different now.
yeah.
I
that's
can't
gotta be it.
remember. I can't remember like how my brain worked before. Like I don't remember like if I felt differently about stressful situations. I don't know if I felt. You just knocked my bass down, didn't you?
I
too
turned,
might
I
have been
turned
too
the
much.
monitor down. I did. It was too much. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I was trying to subtly make
No, this is nice.
a point.
Am I talking too loud?
No.
There we go.
What
We're back.
I don't
baby.
understand how you can't hear this with the headphones on.
What?
Your thing's to the side.
To the
Can
side?
you? Okay.
I'm
can
directly
you
in
hear?
front.
Can you? No, when you were talking, it's not when you're like listening. When
There
you're
you go.
listening, you have the mic in the exact
right
right
here.
spot.
Oh,
Sounds
yeah.
good.
But
That
this is
sounds
the
good.
perfect
And
spot.
here's the thing, though, is it is a big difference when you just have it like this as opposed to have it
Yeah.
like this. It's a huge
Yeah.
difference, and you can hear that because
I
you
can
have
hear it.
headphones this time.
It's true. No
Yeah.
excuses.
Well, I just
No
haven't been paying
excuses.
attention.
I'm-
I'm not.
I'm
I don't-
curious,
I'm not
actually.
even
Pay
paying
attention.
to
You're
this.
performing right now. This
How-
isn't
I
about
thought I
us
was just
spending
having
time
a good
together.
time-
God
Good
damn
time
it.
with my friends.
How do my headphones match up to your guys? Now I'm curious. Do you want
Remember
to try mine
Nehemiah?
out?
Yeah, I actually like the look of yours.
Nehemiah used to
Thanks.
tell us to hold the mic like this underneath our soul patch. Right on the soul patch. It was nice. When he.
Not all of us had a soul patch.
Oh,
I just remember thinking
Okay.
as a teenager,
Yeah,
someday I'll have a soul
I
patch.
think they're pretty good.
yeah, I
I
like
don't know
them.
where to put
I,
my
like, I do
mic.
like mine the best because I like mine the best. They're
Yeah.
just
Still
not
don't have a
used
soul
to.
patch.
I don't like yours as much as mine. I feel like I can't hear my voice as much.
Really?
I feel like mine are louder.
For your voice?
Just in my ears, whoever's voice. Whomever's
That
voice.
must be pretty nice for you. Ooh,
Oh, I like your voice in this.
this
in these
sounds nice.
headphones. Yeah.
Mm. All right, Jonathan, pass your headphones one to the left.
No, wait, I want mine back.
I don't want to take these off.
It's not like xenophobic, is it?
Xenophobic.
I just like my own headphones.
You guys are both white. Just strictly white.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I know we're both white, but do we look like we're from
Nebraska-
the same race? Like, honestly? Do we?
You look a little Greek.
We look like we're different racially, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a beard.
It's so funny.
You
how
look like
people-
you belong to one of the angrier races.
Like,
The Irish. The Scottish.
Someone
like-
who's been oppressed,
Yeah.
for sure. You look like all of your ancestors just had a great time. And
I can
you,
see the whole,
maybe
like,
two generations
Sir
of I see
Charles sort of
two
thing.
generations of slavery in your genealogical history.
I don't know why, but our society has convinced me that that's a compliment.
That you've experienced. Yep.
You're,
No,
you're
don't come
better.
for me.
You're better
No,
now.
it's
yeah.
just,
Nope.
okay. So no, I
I'm
feel like
good.
Asian people are always talking about this, where if like a guy's Korean and you go, "Hey, a Japanese guy," big problem. You know what I mean? I don't look anything like a fucking Japanese guy, and that's how he sounds because he's a Korean American.
And then you're like,
He sounds like me.
Yeah.
He sounds completely
Yeah.
regular. Well, not regular.
Right. He sounds right.
He sounds correct. Yeah, exactly. He sounds like the objectively correct way to speak.
Yeah.
Uh,
The ideal. Achieved.
let's just say he sounds white.
you
But,
think you think they think all white people look like?
no, that's horrible. No, no. Asian people always say like, I don't look like I'm Japanese.
Yeah.
I know I'm Asian, but you just don't know enough Asian people. If you knew a bunch of Korean
Sure.
and a bunch of Japanese people,
yeah,
you
you'd
could
know. I
tell,
Right.
and
Yeah.
you probably could.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely could. But why aren't we talking about this kind of shit? Like, we're both whites,
Yeah.
but we do not look like we belong together.
No. And it probably
We
is the
should-
same for
We
the
look
Asians.
like we're in different neighborhoods.
It probably is the same for the Asians. Has to be.
Well, you can do. I mean,
It's
looking
just
at like,
like what you-
Russians
Yeah.
look different. They're white.
Russians look.
They're
way
white as
different.
some
Yeah,
snow-capped
yeah,
mountains.
that's true.
But they're not
And
from
they
the
look
same
different.
continent.
No, but they're white. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
It's like
I guess
strictly
I'm mainly
white.
talking
Well, Russians are
Northern
like.
Caucasian.
Are we
whatever.
Asian? Are we European?
Are we cock? Are we
No,
Asian?
we're Russian.
We're
You know
Russian.
what I mean? Exactly. Yeah.
the country's big enough to where it's
No,
It's
we're
basically
oppressed.
we're
it's
Russian.
basically a yeah.
They are
Oh,
the
God.
oppressors and the oppressed.
Freaking.
How about you go somewhere else there, pal?
Is there any
True.
other like specific race of people that were as much exactly the same, like historically, of oppressed and oppressor? I feel like Russians, since Russia has existed, have been equally oppressed and oppressors, like completely equally.
You mean oppressed by their
Own
government
Yeah,
and then
sure.
oppressing the world?
right.
Yeah.
So they're both,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I think that kind of. Is
I don't
just-
know
well,
how many
everywhere
Germans
except
did you see in the
Australia.
Holocaust? You know what I mean? Like
I
there
mean,
were
they
Jewish
were all
Germans.
Germans.
There was a lot in the
They're all
Holocaust, but
Germans.
no, most of them were Jewish people. I mean, like the victims of the Holocaust.
they're
Yeah.
okay.
You know.
Yeah.
They were Israeli Germans.
Have you guys seen Jojo Rabbit?
Yes. No.
Yeah,
They
no,
were Jewish.
They were
Israeli, you have to
Israeli
be
Germans.
born and raised in Israel.
Okay, so well
They're
because
Jewish.
Jewish is okay. This is a thing.
Jewish
that,
is the
can I tell you something?
religion
I haven't
slash-
understood this the entire time that we have grown up.
yeah.
Because Jewish, right? That's a religious association.
Yeah,
Right?
there's the religion Judaism.
Judaism. You're associated
then-
with Judaism. But the way that we grew up is that because I've had conversations like this with people before where I say I'm Jewish because I have ancestors that are from Israel.
You
and
as Israeli.
yeah, they're Israeli. And
Yeah.
to me that it's
Jewish.
synonymous because of the way
Right.
that I grew up.
I
But
feel
to
like
a lot of people,
Jewish people think of it that way too.
yeah, but the rest of the world doesn't. So it
Which
makes
is funny.
it
It's
makes
interesting.
yeah, it's weird because
Yeah.
it does make more sense to say I'm Israeli or Palestinian, what have you.
Well, it just depends on whether or not you're Israeli or Palestinian.
It's the same place.
Right?
It's the same place.
It's the
There's-
same place.
It's all one place. Palestine isn't like a recognized state.
little bit of voluntary gerrymandering, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
You
but
know?
and
gerrymandering
Anyway.
that the population's like, we're super
Yeah.
down with this. Yeah.
yeah, no, good.
Falafel, shawarma. That's like, whatever.
I definitely prefer falafel.
I kind of like shawarma, but I don't like
You would?
9/11. No, I'm sorry.
Still-
I feel like
That's
in light
good to
of
know where
recent,
you stand on that. Yeah.
Dude, can I tell you something?
We were
I feel
curious.
fucking awful every time somebody says never forget because I forgot.
You didn't
forgot?
No, because everyone's like, oh, we all remember where we were the day that it happened.
Mm.
I'm like, I was
Almost
definitely,
two.
I was
3.5,
probably
yeah.
shitting my pants.
Right.
At the exact moment that it happened, there were probably 3 potential things I was engaged in: shitting my pants, eating
That's
a
not-
crayon,
That's not
getting
bad.
spanked.
You were growing
But you were
up.
4. You're
And
almost
then also,
5.
here's the
Never
thing: is it
forget,
the people
though.
that are
You were
like
almost
never,
5. You
the-
should have been in
the-
kindergarten.
The people that were like never forget are like adults
Yeah.
where they grew up.
I know how old they were.
They grew up during the Cold War
Yeah.
and like a little after that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So the sentiment of like, fuck, there are people out there that are gonna get us.
yeah.
was
But did
still
anybody even know the
rampant
Cold
in
War
the
was
culture.
going on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did Americans
Yes.
even
Yeah.
know? I mean, they were scared
No,
about
yes,
a
in
nuke potentially
schools they
coming,
were
right?
literally telling kids, hide
Yeah.
under your. They would run them through training.
We're doing the same thing.
Did you
with-
know? I
With school
watched
shooters,
this,
but that's because that's the problem now.
We're not at war with school shooters.
should be. It
Really
Like, that's the
should
thing
be.
that happens. It's like, you know what?
I would get paid a lot of money to just sit on the roof
You know
of a
what?
random school with a gun.
I'm
Okay,
sick
and
of all this
protect them.
division
This-
between
this is-
vaccinated and unvaccinated. I want a battle between school shooters and non-school shooters.
This is a good point where you think you're so high and mighty and liberal and peace, love, open-mindedness that you're like, we should have never gone to Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever, and you go 9/11, that's terrible, that's a tragedy, but you don't resolve this situation by starting a war, or whatever. You think you're so good by being that way, but have you ever considered making peace with the school shooters? You know what I mean? How about we have a more diplomatic
Well,
approach?
there definitely are people who have considered it. Yeah.
I know we don't negotiate with terrorists,
What about school
but maybe
shooters?
we should. Anyway,
I think we've seen recently that we can.
we can.
We can negotiate with
We
terrorists.
can
It seems
negotiate.
like there's been some
And,
pretty open.
I mean, if you think about it in terms
negotiation.
of just
Hi,
a
I'm Bo
raw,
Jadden.
if you just think
I'm
about
here
it,
to talk to you about Taliban and
If
all
you-
the wondrous benefits they can bring to COVID-19.
you can you can negotiate with terrorists.
Make sure I
And
wear
if
a
you
mask.
think about it, it only gets like 13 people blown up. So it's fine.
Wait, what only gets 13 people? Blown?
Like negotiating with terrorists or whatever. It
The terrorist
only
gets
gets
frustrated.
A couple dozen people killed, so
It's fine. You
It's
just send
fine.
in the people that think they can negotiate with terrorists, and you've done us all a favor.
real talk though, would you really want to set that precedent? I know that it's a rough situation, but would you want to set that precedent where you go, yeah, you can get anything you want from us by grabbing 10 people and threatening to blow them up.
Right, I think
you know
that's
what I'm
why we
saying?
don't negotiate.
We don't negotiate.
With terrorists.
How many lives
Dude,
have
that
been
is that's a
saved?
farce. That's a fallacy.
You think so?
Oh,
A
100%.
fallacy?
That's a phallus.
All right.
That's a phallus for sure.
I thought it made sense though.
No, I
I
think
think
the
it makes
notion
sense.
of not negotiating with terrorists makes perfect sense. Absolutely, don't negotiate with
Because
terrorists.
how many lives are you going to save in the coming years
Yeah.
by de-incentivizing that strategy?
No, exactly. But I think the reality is we absolutely do. We've been negotiating with terrorist nations for years, and I have.
It's never what they say it is. you
It's
know?
never what they say. I have such a hard time just knowing what to think about anything. So maybe what I'm saying is just absolute BS, and we haven't been negotiating with terrorist nations.
Right.
I don't actually know what's going on. So I don't want to talk
think
about world
anybody
events
does.
because
I
I don't
think
believe any of this shit is actually
That's the
happening.
thing. Is it?
Or
Well,
is it?
I
What do you
believe
mean
the
you
sh-
don't
I
believe it's happening?
Okay, I believe that the shit is happening, but the same.
It's got to be happening.
The same thing is like the type
not
of
in this, not in the way that it's being portrayed.
the type of person that's sitting down and watching hours and hours and hours of Fox News or CNBC or whatever for every single week. I feel like maybe they can make better guesses in terms of filling out the test answers correctly.
yeah,
But in terms of what's really going
yeah.
on,
They could.
you don't have any idea.
No, they
You
know like
literally
current
don't know at
events.
all.
You know current events. It gives the illusion that you understand what's going
you
on
know
because
that
you
a
can
thing
list off.
happened,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you don't know the real reason why
No.
or how. Like,
No,
like
it's
even
too
like
complex
think
for
about
that.
like all of us how we used to work at the Source, where it's like this. Like working in a boys' home, there's situations where you write it down in terms of, oh, this was an incident, this is what happened, this is the facts. But when you're there in the room, the whole situation was completely different.
Oh yeah,
completely
absolutely.
different.
And it's not like
and
you're
you wouldn't be
lying
able
with
to
the
tell
information
if you
that's written
weren't
down.
if you weren't there.
Yeah.
Like I read other reports by other staff members that I would read them and be like, okay, I guess that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean technically that is what happened.
But you probably just weren't listening to
Yeah,
him.
there are a lot of
you know.
blanks to be filled in.
Oh my God, it was brutal.
Certainly.
Anyway, but yeah, you can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad position. I think it's a pitiful excuse to not inform yourself by going, oh well, there's no way to tell that anything's real.
I
The
don't
same way
know.
I
I don't think that's even. I don't think that's an excuse. I don't see
It
that
is
as
an
an
excuse.
excuse
It's
because because who are you to trust?
Okay, it's not
When
about
you're-
trust. It's just like
I can trust you to tell me the ongoings of your life, whatever the going ons, whatever it is,
Going on.
the going ons. But really, like that's my close circle is. As far as that extends, that degree of trust. Like you tell me this is what happened, I'm gonna believe that that's what happened, because people just have too much skin in every single game.
okay, but there's a line there because it gets real flat earthy real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Are the world governments so complex and so perfect at executing these flawless plans that they just make up like terrorist attacks? There's no
Yeah.
way.
No, I don't think
There's
so.
no way.
I don't-
It
I
is
don't think
more
that.
likely that just humans have a barbaric nature,
Mhm.
and when that is not tempered by something, whether it's society or your own moral intuition or something,
Yeah.
then it can go out of whack really quick.
Yeah, no, what I think is more likely is that those sorts of things happen and then people who are smart capitalize on them. And the story we get is after it's been capitalized on.
Right, but you can still know that the attack happened.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. That's what I'm saying, but like you still don't know what's happening. Like
Yeah, to a degree.
after like an event takes place.
Would
I don't
you
even
please
want to
fucking
friggin'
stop
I don't
want
want to talk about this
You're
anymore.
killing me. I know that
That
we're talking
Taylor's
about like
face.
political shit or whatever,
I
and
don't-
that's probably dumb because, as we both said, we don't really know what we're talking
don't-
about. I don't
I
watch
don't-
the news.
I'm just listening.
I don't understand it.
I
and
love the idea people would listen to this, right? They're like listening. They're sitting on their couch watching on the like TV or watching on their computer. Or
They would have
whatever,
turned it
and they
off
go,
2 minutes into
well,
this
sure.
conversation.
Well, I don't know. People listen to MSNBC. That shit, I can't stand it. But
What?
some people listen to it. It might be the same for this.
Sure.
But anyway, I can't imagine people sitting down and watching it. And when Jonathan talks, I go like that. And then when I talk, you go, Like that.
Oh, it's not that
Because they're looking at a
dramatic.
screen and it's not as far apart.
It's not that dramatic.
It doesn't have to be that dramatic if you do it 11 times.
Well, then don't go back and forth 11 times.
All right?
Am I supposed to
we
stare
are no
at...
longer talking to each other for the rest of this
Hold on.
podcast.
Am I supposed to stare at you when he's talking and going like this? You're on opposite sides
You're
of the
not
table. I'm
going
in
like
the middle.
this.
How about every time Taylor looks
Okay,
at us? we-
you guys talk
bang.
back and forth and watch me look at you guys while you're talking back and forth.
This is literally how I was doing it.
I'm only going to look at Taylor when he's looking at me.
We're going to watch. Luckily, this is on tape. This is how I'm doing it.
That's psycho.
It's just your eyes are so big, though. Your eyes
not
are so
crazy.
No, your
Psycho.
eyes are
You're
so
on
big.
opposite sides of the bloody
Did you see
table.
me
Your eyes
looking?
are so big, and you only have a
We
mustache.
are way closer. We are way closer
It
than you
seems
two are
crazy.
to me.
Okay, that's a fair point.
I can't see. I could
But
do
you
this. Is
need
this
to
better?
turn the- do you look?
Hold on. Is this better?
Okay, no, because you're doing it goofy on purpose. I'm saying you don't need to turn your whole chin. Do you look with your chin?
Yeah, I do. I would say.
Oh,
I lead with the chin. Yeah.
Yeah.
you lead with the chin, but
Anyway,
don't
so
be.
that
you're
Taylor doesn't have
you're
to.
completely controlling the situation
I
just
feel,
by doing
I feel
this.
like no, it's okay. He can look as much as he wants.
No,
this
he
is- this
can't.
is-
Because
no,
the
he
people
can.
that aren't watching
This is-
and the people that just
our podcast now, Frank.
the people that just
Um,
listen in their headphones or whatever the shit will not have any idea what's going on, and the people that are watching
You're
while
uploading
we're
this on
talking,
Spotify or something?
it's on YouTube. You don't have to be looking at it while it plays.
Okay.
You kind of do. You can't close it out.
Yeah, you can.
If you
I
have YouTube
can.
Music. If you pay for that, do you pay for
Oh,
that?
sorry. What are you
Yeah, I
saying now,
do.
Jonathan?
I do
Pay for
actually.
that.
Just because I use
You
it
pay
that
for
much.
YouTube
Yeah.
Music.
I use it.
I know
enough.
you've sent me links. I'm like, I can't listen to that song.
You have YouTube Music.
For all
I just
know,
did
it
this
doesn't
again. I'm not even thinking about
Really?
it.
I didn't even
Yeah.
know that happened.
Yeah.
That's sick. Now I feel even better. What were you saying?
I know music.
I
that
said I
nobody
just
else
did
has
this
access
again,
to.
not even
You
thinking
just-
about it.
No,
Okay.
it's not
This
a
is
problem.
just
It's not
it's
a
just-
problem. No, don't make it into a problem. It's
Yeah.
not a problem.
Okay.
It's really
have
not
a
a problem.
good time.
Here's
For the viewers, have a good time at Chuck E. Cheese as Taylor is in the background going like this the entire podcast.
I'm glad this is on tape because you're gonna watch it back and be like,
I'm going to watch it back and be like, what the fuck? Why does he keep looking at us like that?
well,
He looks like a monster.
probably 50% of it is me just looking at you. 50% is like, this conversation is ridiculous.
Then say that, dude. Don't undermine us. Don't just undermine us like a coward.
You guys seem to be in a rhythm.
So why undermine it?
No one's undermining.
You
I'm
gotta
literally
be
looking
the
back and
center
forth.
of. Oh, you gotta have it about you.
I'd love to.
somehow.
I'd love to just say.
Sorry, I
I don't
turned
think
my
the
head again.
conversation is ridiculous, but I think it is heading in this direction, and that is, who friggin' knows anything? So why even talk about current events?
That's true. We shouldn't
Beyond
talk about
somebody
current
got
events.
blown up, somebody got shot in the face.
That's like when you start talking about Matt's wife. Frank gets on you. And, I mean, what is
What?
this?
What
Why talk
It's
about
it's
this?
a reference.
to the
Uh,
previous
to the
podcast?
previous podcast.
The second half isn't even up. Don't go referencing. You're
it's
gonna
gonna
spoil
be
It
up
was
by
on
the
the
time
first-
This is up.
It was on the
No,
first
you should release
half.
part 1 of this and then part 2 of the next.
No, so I'm
for the
just gonna
last
call
one.
them part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, however many.
Okay.
we make.
It was also on part
So
1.
that
If you
then
listen to
it's-
the whole thing,
All right,
you
listen
would
to the whole.
know.
Anyway, it's okay.
You can't even
Okay.
support our cause, man.
Can't even support our cause.
And neither can you.
Completely lost.
I
track.
really,
Undermining. The
I really didn't
conversation.
think I was undermining. I
All
found
right.
myself going like this, like not at all sarcastic. And then the last couple, I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny that I've just been going
I
back
knew
and
you were
forth like
doing
this.
it on purpose. I
The last
knew
like two.
You are such a
That's
sack
enough.
of poop. I'm
That's
going
not
to
enough.
just-
It's
to
not.
do
Hey,
it on
I
purpose.
literally
I'm
find
going-
myself like
okay,
this for,
okay.
for
Thank
10
God
minutes.
we have this on tape.
Sure, the
because-
last couple.
Because how would you think? How would it occur to you that this is kind of funny
Hey, could
if
you get
it
the mic up to
wasn't
your face?
distracting in the first place?
No, I think it's kind of funny because I'm like, wow, I haven't said anything for 10 minutes. I'm moving my head back and forth at this ridiculous conversation, so I may as well have fun.
Taylor
the last
doesn't
two,
like this sort of conversation. He does let me go on longer when it's just the two of us, which is
That's
nice.
true.
When there aren't microphones and headphones involved,
Yeah.
Taylor will let me just have this conversation by myself
Oh,
for 20 minutes
It'll
straight.
be
And then
brutal.
I
I've
say-
had those with you.
That's
Then Taylor
stupid.
I
will
do
go.
that back.
Taylor, I'll be like, I don't think people are trustworthy, and Taylor's like, I think that's stupid.
Yeah, that's basically how.
That's
it
a
goes.
lot of your contribution to anything Jonathan says.
Yeah, he's like,
So-
I'm like,
If it's stupid,
I'll go through I'll just list out what I've been thinking about, and he's like, that is no way to live your life.
All right.
no, it's not. I mean, to be just scared all the
I'm
time.
not-
You are right. A solid amount of the time. I will say.
Certainly, if it contributes to being
does
fearful, and that's one of the reasons that I feel I just picked my nose right on screen, right on camera.
Don't worry, we'll cut this out.
No, don't cut it out. I want people to know I pick my nose sometimes. I'm a real ass
I
man.
fucking farted last time we recorded, dude. It's fine. Actually, Taylor picked his nose last time too.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can
I do all the
see it
time.
in the very beginning.
Taylor
of the
and I
video.
are so comfortable with each other. This season,
We
season
pick
of
each
window
other's
cleaning,
noses.
It's like
oftentimes.
all desire to be discreet is just completely out the window, and we'll leave a job and we'll just immediately get in the van and
it's
he's
a
like
competition of
he's
the
flicking
size
them,
of boogers.
he's flicking them out the window and stuff from
Jesus.
Oh, dude, I've just
Oh.
had such bad allergies this year,
Oh,
and
it's
then
been
and then I
terrible.
take
You've
stuff
had some
for it,
good ones.
and it'll dry.
We've had some bugs.
And
then
We've
I'm
had
just
some
like-
bugs this season.
You know, it's like, whoa, that's heavy. The weight in my hand, I gotta
My head feels lighter.
flick it out. you
No,
know?
but really maybe too comfortable because we pick our nose in front of each other.
that's not too comfortable. That's
I don't
dudes.
do that in front of my wife.
Well,
I certainly
that's-
don't pick my nose.
I don't try to pick my nose in private.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I try to blow my nose.
I got dry
What
stuff
if
up
what
there.
if you just got some crusties on
yeah,
the
got
hairs at
crusties
the end?
all the time.
I don't know why, but I have to wash. If I do something like that, I have to wash immediately. Like I just get so disgusted so quickly. I don't know why.
Wow.
I think it's just because I look
That's
fucking dirty all the
freaking
time
weird.
that I don't sound like that
That's
type of person. But it'll be like if
You're
I have
stinky.
saliva or any mucus or anything on my fingers, I just think about all the things I'm planning on touching in the next 5 minutes, which is hundreds of thousands
Yeah.
of things.
Hundreds of thousands in the next 5 minutes.
You just get
You
like
just
this
go on a
instantaneous
rampage.
flash of all the things that you could potentially touch.
Well,
as
it's
soon as you do
mainly
something
like
gross.
Doritos that I'm about to eat.
Those are plenty bad
Hey,
just
it's good for
already.
you.
No,
It's,
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's
I
not a
don't
big
actually
deal.
eat Doritos. I don't like Doritos. I
good
just
for
thought
you.
it was.
I like the
gonna-
nacho
I thought it
cheese.
was gonna get a laugh, but it
Doritos.
didn't. So
a fan of the nacho cheese.
you like the?
I like the
that's the
nacho cheese.
plain, right?
No,
That's a regular one.
nacho cheese. I mean, there's no regular that has a flavor.
It's Dorito, just the one that says Dorito.
No,
nacho
it says
cheese.
nacho cheese on it.
Yeah, that's what
That's
Doritos
standard.
No, that's not
isn't it?
standard.
are. Oh my God!
What are you talking about? There's Cool Ranch.
Oh my God!
Cool Ranch came out before.
Consumerism. Cool.
Cool
Sorry,
Ranch
wait.
came out before
I don't know
nacho
this.
cheese. They have all these different
Nope.
flavors.
Nope. You
joking?
lost me. You
You are
lost me.
Blowing my mind.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That
Not
makes no
are you
sense.
serious like you're actually telling me that as in I'm learning something. Are you serious as in you're actually telling me that right now?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm about to speak out of school because I don't actually factually know this.
Nacho cheese was not the first flavor of Doritos.
From my
Let's go
memory.
ahead and search this real quick.
No,
Search-
no,
ask
stop.
what the first
because
flavor
my
of
point
Doritos
is
was.
not it's my point
I'm not going to tell you. I just wanna know
transcends
for
my
myself.
point transcends
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm usually not.
my point transcends
As always.
what they called Doritos initially. This is besides the point.
Ooh,
What I'm telling you
Ew.
that's the original.
Looks worse.
is at first they had Doritos. And what did Doritos taste like?
Tacos.
What nacho cheese Doritos taste like now. Since they came out with a lot of bullshit flavors, they just now call Doritos nacho cheese flavored Doritos.
So you're speaking straight from the cuff.
Because I remember as a kid, before a bunch of all the crazy spicy garlic ranch, whatever,
That's
there
not
was
a flavor.
just a bag of Doritos.
That's not even a flavor.
It
of
wasn't
Doritos.
tasted-
nacho cheese though.
They taste this. I've had nacho cheese Doritos.
You had Doritos back
They
in the
taste
70s?
like Doritos.
The very first Dorito flavor was taco flavor.
and they tasted. Well, actually,
you
when
know
did it
that?
come out?
Probably in the 70s. Looks like the 70s.
Okay, if it came out in the 70s, it probably tasted different than they do nowadays. What I'm saying is what I grew up eating as a kid that were
Yes.
called just Doritos.
Nacho cheese.
They put now in a bag that says
Yes.
nacho cheese Doritos.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
You're 100%
That's
right.
the original flavor of Doritos.
You know what I
But
appreciate?
it's not.
So you
Rice
maybe
like
to
Krispie
you.
treats.
Not
To
okay.
you.
So yeah, okay. I guess. Well, maybe they taste the same. They look like they just were corn chips. So I guess they were just corn chips with taco seasoning
Those
on them
didn't
or
even
something.
look yummy.
Probably.
But whenever the first Doritos that came into existence, they were just orange. Like when you think Dorito, you think of a little orange triangle.
Little
I
orange,
don't,
Little
though.
orange delicious.
That's I don't.
You don't
I
think
get
of
that.
orange Doritos when you think of Doritos?
No.
You're
You
being
probably don't think
obstinate.
of. You
You're being
probably haven't
obstinate.
even noticed that your black friends are black.
Oh, I know they're black.
Doritos are nacho cheese.
Do you notice races?
That's what.
But
Do you
that-
notice the
that,
difference
but that
between
doesn't
cars?
make sense.
How does that not make fucking sense? Have you
Doritos-
not heard of rebranding?
Doritos are something else. Doritos are original Doritos are a different flavor.
No, you could say like
Doritos-
That's what you're
Doritos-
saying.
No, I'm saying the Doritos I grew up eating as a
Sure,
kid.
but that's all perception.
What do you actually
no,
think?
there
Okay,
are.
no,
look
let's
up
close your
Doritos
eyes.
in
No, just close your
1998.
eyes.
The shit is Doritos. It says
What do you think
Doritos.
of?
I
Okay,
bet
but
you
you
it
were
doesn't say
born in
nacho cheese.
1998. That's why I'm saying it's perception.
When you
the
think-
original, I just looked it up, was taco flavor.
Okay, so you
not
think of
the
that
original,
when you
though.
think of Doritos,
Then
though?
Fine, whatever.
think
When
of
you close
Cool
your eyes,
Ranch.
yes,
no, when
exactly.
you close your
I'm saying
eyes,
the branding.
you just think
It's
of
about
like
branding.
an amorphous chip blob. You don't think about like a specific type of chip. You
I think
of
Cool Ranch. Yeah, that's what I
That's
used
weird
to
as hell.
have
That
all
is
the time.
weird. That's like thinking the first thing when you hear Mountain Dew, if somebody said, "Hey, would you grab me a Mountain Dew?" You were like, "Oh, we don't have any Baja Blast."
No,
That'd
that's
be
not
weird.
the same at all.
It is the same. It's
Because-
exactly the same.
No,
it's
So,
exactly the fucking
Mountain
same.
Dew is the taco flavor. Baja Blast can
No.
be Cool Ranch. The white one can be nacho
I
cheese.
mean, if you had,
The-
if you
I mean,
had
But it's
more,
not.
different
But it's not.
flavors though.
If the
no,
it-
if you
it-
grew up just having Cool Ranch, though, if that's like, if
Right,
that's
that's what I'm
Doritos,
saying, it's
it
all
it
is-
is different
perception.
flavors, but before they introduced a bunch of different flavors, when it was just like, here's Doritos, and then now we've made Cool Ranch, and then eventually we do spicy chili,
and
whatever the fuck
eventually
they
we
do.
nacho cheese.
No, nacho cheese
Okay,
was
so
the
here's
thing
the
that they
deal.
just called the Dorito.
I
This
don't
is just a
remember. I
Dorito.
don't remember a time that the Dorito existed and the Cool
Can't
Ranch
believe you're shaking your
Dorito
head right now.
and the Cool Ranch Dorito didn't exist
Thank you.
simultaneously.
Yes.
There
What?
was never a time. That I
Yes,
can remember.
absolutely. The Cool Ranch Dorito
So
was
it makes
one of the
so it
first.
makes
There was
sense.
also a time when
new
Doritos
flavors
existed and
of
nacho
just
cheese
a
didn't.
Dorito. Yes, but it was just called a Dorito.
Dorito taco flavor.
Yes, you're right about
Taco
that.
flavor.
No, it
whatever
wasn't
flavor.
nacho
It
cheese
was just
Doritos. It was just
might-
Doritos
whatever,
and then
maybe
Cool
even
Ranch
the
Doritos.
maybe original packaging.
You know
they
what?
still said nacho
It took
cheese.
me a
Maybe.
while. It took me
There
a
is
while. but
not
I'm
a
finally
Dorito
there.
that if it's nacho cheese, it says nacho cheese every time on the
It
brand.
didn't
on
used
the
to.
bag.
It didn't used to.
I don't
though.
think it
It
used
was just
to.
Doritos.
But even if it
He's- I
did
think he
used
is
to,
right about
it
that.
would still be the same thing.
And it
it's
felt
the same
different.
fucking chip in the bag.
Hey,
That's
Frank.
what I'm saying. It's not a new flavor. It's the same chip put in a bag that says it's a new flavor. That's the only difference.
Well, Frank probably does have more chip experience.
I
than
just
do.
told you. I know I'm fatter than you are, but that's because I like pasta, not because I like Doritos. I hate snack foods like that. I do not eat Doritos. I think they're gross. Even as a kid, I didn't eat
But
Doritos.
our argument was that nacho cheese was the original flavor. That's just
I'm-
not true.
What I was saying was that when I was
So now
growing
you're
up,
changing it. Go ahead. Yeah.
okay, I might have said original flavor,
Yes.
not referencing back to the 70s when I wasn't born. Fair enough. Way to go. You were pedantic. Good job.
That's why I said it's your perception. If you grew up a different
What
time,
I'm saying is that you're saying that nacho cheese Doritos are a new distinct flavor of
it's not
Dorito.
new.
This is my point.
Well, it's not. It didn't come out in the last 5 years.
No, I'm saying that before Cool Ranch, sweet spicy chili, whatever, avocado lime, whatever they have. I don't know. I'm just throwing them out because I see them in the gas station or whatever.
Okay.
Just saying that they have all those. Now, before they had them, they had the Dorito. And what the Dorito was what is now called the nacho cheese Dorito.
How do you
And
know that?
is
Just
all
because
I'm
you
saying.
think it tastes alike?
Because I remember my life. And I had Doritos because we went on the road. We did road trips as
No
a
way of
family
knowing for
all
sure.
the fucking time. And when you do road trips as a family, you buy stuff from the gas station because it's easy, it's cheap, it's fast, no dishes, whatever, no problem, no tipping anybody, whatever. And your kids eat junk food for 4 days, but it's fine. It's a road trip. Whatever.
Going on
That's
a road trip for 4 days.
yeah, many times actually.
Oh,
We drove around all
I
over
would
the place.
jump out of the car.
No, it's not so bad when you got a bunch of brothers.
I had a bunch of brothers. I went
Oh,
on
we
a
had
road
a
trip
DVD
for a
player
couple
too.
hours.
We
and
had
I was
did
done.
you have that? The DVD player and the
No.
yeah, that helps a lot.
I had a PSP.
Well, in the car?
Yeah.
I feel like that would suffice.
I hate being on the road. I hate it now. I can't drive more than 6 hours.
I believe that.
I hate.
You're really
Driving.
you are a homebody, which is so funny because you're so adventurous. Like your personality's super adventurous. But then yeah, I mean, do you even want to like see other parts of the world at all?
Yeah.
Like where? Where do you want to go?
I've been to England.
I know
times.
that. I know that.
I enjoyed
but
it.
I mean, where do you want to go? Not where have you been as a kid because you have family.
Well,
there.
I've chosen to go to Hawaii the last couple times I've been,
Oh, that's true.
and I enjoyed that. That's just probably where I would go the next time too. I'm so much less about like,
That's what I'm saying.
oh, it's cool to, I'd love to see whatever, the Great Wall of China. I don't really care. I'd like
You
to be
don't
on a
care.
beach somewhere.
You're
where
not
it's
gonna
95
you're not gonna
degrees
visit
and it's-
Munich, Germany.
No.
Yeah.
I just like
Tel
being
Aviv.
in
No.
a nice place.
Right.
Palm
Hawaii
trees.
or home. That's right.
Yeah, basically.
I can see that. Maybe Canada occasionally.
I could go to. I've been
Canada
to
a
Canada.
couple
I have
times.
been to Canada.
Dude,
This
planes.
plane. Yeah. It really came through on the last video.
Ugh. Well, so that was Jonathan's mic.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he did because planes
never
come
know.
through. That doesn't happen. I don't
Yeah.
know what he did, but yeah, it was bad. It hurt.
My working theory is that Jonathan is a robot himself, and the plane kind of messed with his internal situation, which
Circuitry.
yeah, which ended up making a weird sound through
I
the
have a
microphone.
question for you real quick.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I smoke another joint on the patio?
No, that's okay.
That's okay because everybody's
Sure.
gone to bed.
Yes.
It'll
that's
just take me a minute to light it.
okay.
It's fine. I can walk over there, whatever.
No, should we pause this?
You can give a little speech. No, I like.
Yeah,
like-
I'll monologue.
All right, get
Oh,
started.
Just kidding. You can.
Oh, Jonathan's back just in time.
Uh,
Are you talking to somebody? Talking to Maya?
so,
What are you doing?
nacho cheese.
Is that the baby?
Oh,
She
bring him
showed the
out.
baby.
Bring him
Well,
out.
now I can't
You
smoke the
see.
damn joint.
Well, he'll be back in a sec.
Oh yeah, that's true. What if she just kept him out here?
Hey, bring him out. Let me see. Let me see him.
Gonna see the little baby boy?
Yeah, you can make an appearance.
Well, we'll see.
Can you get him
Oh
and hand
no,
him to
not
me?
the dog though.
Give him to.
Do you
give
want
him
me
to
to
Uncle
zoom
Jonathan.
in on his head or something?
Give him to Jonathan.
They can't see you over there.
I'll give
if
him
you
right
look at the
back.
little box, you can see. He was asleep, and now he wasn't.
Jonathan's here. Introduce you.
This is the little baby, the little squirt.
I'm good with kids.
Let's do that when there's babies around. Yeah, I was gonna say, does he have anything to say? No, he's just putting
He's pretty
his mouth
hungry.
on it.
Yeah. Do you want to say something, buddy?
There's no way that baby has anything to say.
This
You
is
should
gonna
put the
be
headphones on him.
An
I bet he would
amazing
like it.
podcast.
Huh?
It's gonna have a baby on it, and then right after, it's gonna have fucking drugs on it. I shouldn't swear in front of the baby.
Hey, buddy.
He can't speak.
Can you hear Dada?
Can't defend himself against your swear words. Elias.
He really wants to say something.
I think he just wants to do some
Dude,
ASMR.
It's so cute. Oh my gosh.
His little headphones.
Get this mic. It's a better mic. Give it a bite. Give it a bite.
Oh,
Oh no! Don't eat it.
what a sweetheart.
Dada. He's not gonna say.
He's
anything.
just shaking his
he's just
head.
not. He doesn't talk.
Headphones are coming up. Elias. Oh, but he loved it so much.
I love him. Maya's just standing back there, like,
So anyway,
making sure he doesn't.
look at the camera, buddy. You can't eat that.
He wants to eat that. You're gonna eat that thing.
Take him in.
That was so fast.
Frank wants to do drugs.
Oh, well, I do want to do drugs, but of course not in front of the kid.
Is CPS gonna?
You got to
come
be
for you guys?
conscientious of the kid.
Yeah, that's true. Do not tag CPS in this. No, we're good parents. I'll make my case.
Well, look
Case
at him.
CPS.
He's
I don't think
healthy.
he can hear.
He's happy. He's
Yeah,
sweet.
He is a sweet guy. Hey, you can't. I'll get him to smile for everybody.
All right, get him to smile. You know what's funny
For
though?
everybody, it's gonna be us watching this like 20 years from now
Yeah.
from our little underground bunker. If one website could survive, are they even called websites now? If one website could survive the end of the world, where like the apocalypse happened, you're stuck,
Usually doesn't.
Huh?
and you only have access to one website.
Only have access to one.
Yeah.
Oh, with the apocalypse.
But the rest of the world that survives has the same choice, right?
there he is, kicking his legs. Yeah.
So it's not like just you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just you alive and like, I have to choose.
So you all
between-
connect on the same
or you don't connect. You choose.
one.
Yeah. Each person chooses one. You know that there are going to be people that choose Netflix. For sure.
Ooh.
There are going to be people that choose Netflix. There are going to be people that choose Pornhub.
Ugh.
Like that's you know that if everybody were given this choice, there would be
Like
people
the
that would make
island,
just
the
a
island
terrible.
thing, but just one website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There would be people, but you're making this decision knowing that there are other people making the same decision,
Right.
right? So you have to decide. I feel like YouTube might be the way to go. Cuz you got communication as well as, do you know what that drink's called?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Are we talking more conspiracy theories?
What's it called? You don't know what it's called? Tell me what it's called. Wow. Your mic sounds rich.
Well, it's mainly my voice. Cheers.
What is that tonality?
So, should we talk
People
Norm
would choose
McDonald?
Pornhub, though. No. I mean, we can if you want. I don't have anything funny to say about it, though.
No, I don't have anything funny to
I
say.
don't have anything funny to say.
Could you give us because I've never listened to him. I've really never listened to him. I looked him up today and found a 5-minute clip of him talking about coronavirus, and I felt like, oh, this is probably a good introduction to Norm Macdonald.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. Super funny.
It's like 5 minutes 53 seconds. I clicked on it and
You're not here.
and then
fine.
what's that?
Nothing.
I'm sorry.
How can
I
you
can
not
hear.
the
I can
difference?
hear.
Then,
It's because I'm talking simultaneously.
all right.
It's
All right.
great.
Well,
I'll just
listen
keep
to
my-
yourself.
I'll just keep my thumb on this.
You were
and I'm
saying. You
here.
were saying. You were saying. Sorry.
And I just immediately got distracted by a video of kids falling and watched that instead. I laughed.
Okay.
So I don't know if Norm Macdonald would have been my cup of tea anyway.
No, probably not.
He's funny,
Oh, maybe he would have been.
so probably not your cup of tea.
Ah,
Oh, you're funny.
Okay.
And handsome.
I'm not quick with the comebacks. That's what I realized listening.
Well,
to that
you're a
last one. I
piece
was
of
like,
crap.
I'm not quick.
Probably done too many drugs.
I'm not quick. Maybe. Like, it takes me a while. It takes me a while to hit the comeback or to have something witty to say. I just don't even have witty things to say anymore.
You're the guy that's driving home and like, should have said that.
No, exactly.
Dang it.
Every single time, I'm like,
Would've been
oh,
perfect.
I wish it was 20 minutes ago. I would have fucking burned that guy.
Sometimes it's so good I just text them the diss back.
Okay, so hey, do you remember
Do you
a
remember
couple hours
20
ago
minutes?
when
Yeah.
you said this to me? And they're like,
Not
no, not
really,
really.
but-
Okay, so you did say this to me. And what I was thinking is if I could go back, I would say,
I think that you're an idiot.
You could do stand up. Then you can.
If I
then
had
you can
just
do that.
You
a
can plan it out.
really
Yeah.
well planned set, I could do stand up. I've thought about this though. Like I feel like with it really
Anybody
is a
care
skill.
for a Starburst?
Yeah, I would care.
Okay. Not
I
the
don't
yellow
want the
one.
yellow. Get that.
That's
out of
mine. You can have the
Oh,
orange.
you like the yellow?
Love the
You're
yellow.
I
weird.
can't believe we've already been going for an hour.
Yeah, we haven't got
insane.
any good content.
No, I liked us arguing. I like that.
About the
As
Doritos.
content. Yeah. That's the kind
Dude,
of
that
shit I
stressed
watch.
me out.
That's the kind of shit I watch. Okay, so my older brother Grayson taught me something recently, because we all went on a trip to Nashville together. You know,
You get nacho cheese Doritos.
she go or she. He goes. We were playing checkers on the plane, and if we just had like downtime waiting somewhere, we'd play checkers on his computer. And I beat him the first couple times. I always used to beat him at checkers. I beat him the first couple times, and I went, okay, I can still do this better than he can. And then no, because once he saw through my one strategy, you know, then I just, and by the 9th game, you don't even care to think anymore. You're just doing moves, you know. But I got frustrated at a certain point because I got, man, I thought I was still gonna be better at this than you are. And
Are you
you're just-
kidding? You ate a pink?
You pulled a yellow. I thought you were stupid.
An orange. I left you an orange. Was the next
There was
one?
a pink behind it.
You weren't allowed the pink. That was my last pink of the pack.
How do you know that was the last?
Because do you see?
Is there an order?
Yes.
You keep track of the order of Starburst?
There's always an order.
Is there really?
Yes.
Oh.
It's red, yellow, orange, pink.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This guy's saying I've eaten more chips than he has. He's saying I'm more
See this?
familiar with junk food. And he
Do you
goes,
see
Tell us
this?
about the order
Do you
of
see
the
this?
Cool Ranch
Starburst.
Doritos.
Now I have 2 left, and it's red,
At what
yellow.
point do they start giving
Like I
you
said,
the
red,
qu-
yellow,
quarter
orange, pink.
chip
well, you've
size?
proven it to me. I believe you. I trust you.
Dang it, you piece of crap.
I mean, you can't really know what's
Hey,
going
you shouldn't
on,
have kept
but-
that yellow then.
You piece of darn shirt.
Shouldn't have offered me a
Anyway, I'm
Starburst.
I don't
so
think
sorry,
you can
but
be a
it was-
piece of shart.
Sorry that you just shart.
You are a shirt.
You are
Yeah,
just
it's more like a
100% shart.
mass.
Yeah.
You know.
You're a
You
massive
can,
shart.
you can get a piece
You're
of
a
anything.
massive shart.
So anyway, I'm
When's the
sorry,
last
but it
time
was
you
worth it
sharted?
to interrupt you. He
What-
stole my
What
last.
was I saying though?
You beat Grayson in checkers, then you didn't.
Oh, Grayson taught me something important.
Mm.
And I've been using this every time I play video games. And it really works. It's true. It works. I was like, man, how do you keep beating me? You know, I'm trying to change it up. At a certain point, I was getting frustrated, so I was actually paying attention and like really trying to win. I was still losing, you know. So I was like, oh God, like how do you keep winning this game?
Mm.
And he said something like, it's an ancient Chinese proverb. Ancient Chinese proverb. You know, so of course you
He
bend
knows
in,
ancient Chinese
you bend
proverbs.
in, no,
So
I
you
don't think he
lean-
does, but
so
of
you
course
lean
you
in,
bend in the
yeah.
ear when somebody says it's an ancient Chinese proverb.
You're a piece of shart.
One piece of shart.
There is no
Yeah.
piece of shart,
Yeah.
only whole shart.
I was just like,
Confucius said.
yeah, if somebody's gonna do like a stereotypical racist, like funny Asian accent, it's got to be you.
Yeah.
You're the only one that is dark enough, you know, or whatever
I think
people
I'm the
say.
only one that
Dark
just
enough, not dark enough, caramel
does
enough.
it.
Carrot.
No, I think
Not
the
white
difference is
enough?
that I'm just the only one that does it.
I could do it, I guess.
You just don't do it as often as I
Well,
do.
so my mom always used to go, you know, your father and
Wax
I, we went to China on a missions trip. That's where Grayson got conceived, you know. and I'd go,
Thanks
"Oh,
for telling me you had
okay, Mom."
sex, Mom.
I know exactly
My
what
mom's
that
a funny
means.
lady. Mom's a funny lady. But she'd go, it's where Grayson got conceived. She also goes, I also remember a little bit of Chinese. And I'd go, really? And she'd go, Ni hao ma. Like that.
Oh, yeah,
She'd
everybody
be like,
knows
that's
that.
like, how's it going? Or something like that, like, hi. But she'd always go, Ni hao ma. You're like way over the top. And at first I thought it was like racist. But then when actually traveling overseas as a kid, if you're speaking to somebody that like English is clearly their second language. Like
Yeah.
they can understand you, but they're having a hard time. You know, they have to think about it. Whatever. I mean, and they know my language. No fault to them. I don't fucking know. I know how to say ni hao ma. You know what I mean? That's all I know how to say. But it actually helps to speak at them in a racist, funny accent.
Oh yeah, you better at least
100% it
attempt
does.
an accent.
Yeah, no, because that's how they'll hear it from their teachers when
Yeah.
they're teaching them English.
Oh yeah.
They'll hear it in whatever accent they're learning it from.
Yeah, it's closer than
No,
your stupid
genuinely.
American accent for sure.
Yeah,
I can say
absolutely.
a lot of things.
Oh my
that
God!
Indians.
Nobody has butchered
"Hello,
the
welcome
English
to
language
7-Eleven."
like Americans
Yeah.
have. If
No.
you see young people nowadays, like just communicating with literally retard language,
Strictly
like retard language.
emojis
Oh, it's insane. I hate
and
it.
finna.
Well, things like that, finna, bet, bussin'.
I'm
All
finna
these different
bet.
things.
She
And
bussin'.
even like
What's
old
bussin'?
ones where they go rad. I'm like,
I actually
rad,
like rad.
That's the but that's the word you're gonna pick out of all the wonderful words
Just
from the
like
English
howdy.
language.
I like howdy. I have
Whatever.
a few stupid words that I like. I
Howdy's
guess.
good.
Howdy,
I
man.
like howdy. I like rad. I like saying cool a few times in a row.
That's just Andy Sandberg. Cool.
What
Great
if
show.
every single podcast we do, every
Yeah.
single podcast we do, we just reference the last podcast, and so by the end of it, it's literally just
The same podcast.
sentences
over.
that if you listen to
Ow.
the last episode, the sentences just make absolutely no sense. It's like strung together. You have to watch all of them for you to get any of it.
Taylor's got some practice with that because he only references The Office. He doesn't even know words.
I just referenced Andy
Yes.
Sandberg.
We just did it.
You got him.
We just friggin'
Fuck
did.
you.
Because that was a reference to the first podcast.
Hey, here's a reference from The Office. Fuck you. I'm sorry. That
That was a
dumb.
behind the scenes.
That's
That was a
dumb.
blooper reel.
Oh, there. It's probably in there.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
I'm so glad you had something to say. I was
There-
just
there was a
completely
note.
head empty out of
there was
thought.
a note between Steve Carell and who's the guy that he hates?
Toby.
Toby. He hands him a note, and Toby's supposed to read it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve Carell just ad-libbed what was actually on the note, and it just said, fuck you. So there we go.
Office
Who
reference.
do you think you are?
What gives you
The right.
the right?
Guys, I now know what I should do for the musical intro for this half.
That's not even how it sounds like at all.
I could play it on your guitar if you...
You could do a slowed down version. Did I ever?
Well, I
did
always
send
make,
you
like-
my
so I
sensual
always-
Office intro?
I don't think you did. But I always make like wonky, not quite right beats.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but when I listen to them in my headphones, I just get so into it. Like if you just
Oh,
do
they're
this,
weird.
If you just do this, like kind of loosely,
All this
It
is
gets
like
so
all of
good.
your beats.
yeah, they're all super wonky.
And you'll just have like
It's all super wonky.
you'll have like 30 seconds of 30 seconds.
I need to listen to my
just
beats
makes it-
again.
No, it's counterintuitive. Your beats are counterintuitive, but they do work.
I like that.
actually,
to me, that is so
what is
much
that
more
song?
like
You did
has so much
you
more
did a
juice in
cover of some like
oh
redneck song.
not redneck song.
I don't know what
Did
it
you
was.
Even pay attention to the lyrics. Jake Rosier. He's a
Jake
he's
Rosier.
a local Spokane musician. I used to talk to him all
Okay.
the time. He used to come to open mics all the time, and I would talk to him at the open mics. And we'd talk about, we got to get more gigs, all
Yeah.
this stuff, got to make the songs, whatever.
So he's a local guy.
He's a local guy, but here's the thing: is he started going out, bar and grills and stuff, handing out business cards, talking to them, and they give him gigs now. And
Yeah.
now he's working regularly,
Yeah.
like in and around Spokane and Idaho, and I think that's awesome. And
That's what I told you to do.
I think he deserves it. Well,
You
that's the
should
thing
work
is,
in Spokane.
I went to the bar and grills, and I didn't go to very many of them. I've done it with like 5 places, but every place I talk to, it's always, well, whatever. I guess I haven't been to 5 places. I've been to more than 5 places, but not the same thing. People don't like me. as much as I like Jake. But they probably shouldn't, because Jake's an extremely likable guy.
Yeah.
Did you say I was almost on the
You just
Voice?
don't value likableness, amicability.
No,
as
I
much as-
love likability. Like it's I think it's one of the most valuable things in a person. It can redeem a really shit person. Like
Yeah.
I've spent time with people before where I've been like, man, like ethically speaking, this is not this guy's not up to par.
Yeah.
He's not a good person. But man, I would so rather spend time with him than like the elder at the church or
well,
whatever.
thank you for
know what
inviting
I'm
me.
saying?
I was gonna say that, but then I thought, I don't want to come on too hard.
No, I
don't want to
really-
come too. I don't want to
Your
get
mom's
my
gonna watch
this?
my seminal fluid.
Isn't that an Office
Your mom's
reference?
gonna watch this.
No.
You should
That was
be
an
nervous.
original thought.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And then I said the seminal fluid.
Yeah, you said similar,
Because of
which was a
last-
reference to last time.
Well,
So j-
not
did-
last time when this is posted.
I don't
two
know.
times ago.
I don't know if anybody's gonna catch this, but I do actually edit it somewhat. Where, when I was doing this,
Yeah.
I zoom in.
No,
on
I
it.
saw it.
I love that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
And you zoomed in my face a
just
couple
like to-
times.
Yeah, well,
it
your
was-
faces are
and you
good
got
faces.
like the little,
Thanks.
you got the little words scrolling across.
Yeah.
Well, the
they're
words
funny.
don't.
Yeah, I noticed that. It was
But-
pretty subtle, but I noticed the giant words.
But it's one of.
I
well,
don't
the
know
giant,
if
the giant words are
people
for
are
one
gonna see
thing
it, but
because
I like that.
this, like how I like my wonky beats, how the podcast is introduced doesn't really make any sense. Like if you were, I don't know, just watching it without the text, I go, people will think this is the podcast. This is what it's going to sound like. This is what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's going to sound like and look like this. But in the first minute, it's not going to. And it's a whole minute of the video, which a minute is not a long amount of time. Like, I just wish people would push through a minute, for God's
Please.
sake. But they don't.
Come on,
they
guys.
really
should
don't.
say
Not
this
that-
in the
it's
beginning.
not
in the
that
first
bad.
minute.
Well,
It's
they-
not that
No,
bad.
it's not about the podcast. I mean about anything. But they really
I wish I could
online,
push through
they
the
will-
first minute.
Dang it.
My wife wishes I could push through.
online they will just absolutely not.
I was looking for that one.
And so I think if somebody's looking at this, then they need to know, okay, this isn't what the whole hour and 17 minutes is going to be. Like,
Yeah.
that's a long time.
Yeah.
And if it's all going to sound like how the sound through the camera sounds, I'm not going to listen to this shit. Are you kidding me? You know? Like,
Push
I'll
through.
barely
They
listen to
argue
it how
about
it sounds.
Was
Doritos.
this
Nice.
filmed on a flip video camera?
Right.
iMovie or something.
I still have my flip video camera.
I hate that I just put my tongue out. my
You
mouth.
just did that.
I just did that.
I'm
That
sorry.
was so
I
loud.
just blew that out.
It's okay. I'll fix it.
I was actually surprised.
No, it's okay. I'll fix it.
I was actually
No,
surprised.
no,
no,
it's okay,
don't worry.
alright.
It's just
Don't worry
more
about it. I'll fix it.
editing.
No, it's just
It's
so
fine. No,
you
no,
just-
it's okay.
I know
fine.
how to edit
We should.
that.
Okay, when somebody does that, because we made this mistake in the first part.
Just punch them in the head.
No. It is like getting
Yeah.
punched in the head. You already get punched in the head
Yeah.
by the
no,
sound.
I heard
in
it
the
too.
ear.
I heard it.
Right, because you got the cans now. You got the cans
I'm
on.
sorry.
Got the cans. Is that?
Got
That's
some
the. I
cans.
believe that's the industry term.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
That makes it
can
sound
you.
fancy.
You got the cans.
But no, yeah, I shouldn't put my tongue out my mouth.
Look at those cans.
It's all right.
I didn't like that.
So Jake Roser. Roser?
Jake Rosier. I covered his song
I loved
"Hiding
it.
from the Sun."
I listened.
I really
to
enjoyed
yours.
it. It's
I
so
listened
wonky.
to yours, and I was like,
Oh.
I really like this so much. I want to hear
Oh,
the
glad.
original.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listened to the
That's
original.
why I wanted to like link it and all that stuff.
I was like,
was
what
because
the
I was like,
I was shocked. I was
Uh.
shocked what you pulled that from.
I haven't listened.
Like,
oh, it's very different, like genre
it's
wise.
very
I was
different.
actually I was scared to send it to him. I asked him if it was okay if I made it for
Yeah.
my podcast.
No.
Well, I was gonna make it for something else.
I
but
loved
whatever.
it. I loved it.
And he said it was okay, which is really cool. I mean, I guess I think about myself where if an artist that I liked, I mean, I hope he likes me. I think he does. I like him as an artist.
He's pretty likable.
But he's very likable. But like if Tyler or Lie, right? Like messaged me on Facebook and went, "Hey, I
Got us.
wanna cover one of your songs."
Mm.
I would be so flattered, and
Yeah.
I would love to hear what she made of it. You know, because it probably would not sound like how I do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but still, it was still cool of him to be like, yeah, sure, you can do that. And so I made that, and I enjoyed it. It is very different from the original.
It was surprising when number one, the first surprising thing was clicking or searching. I don't remember exactly what it did, but I came upon Jake Rozier and seeing the little.
I put it in the description.
Seeing the little less than 1,000. I was immediately because it was on Spotify. It's like less than 1,000 plays. Who is this guy? Because it really sounded like.
Well, everybody starts out,
Yeah, well, but your iteration of it sounded like something that you were, if I had to guess, were just
like a big song.
making like a low quality version of the original song.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was like just a completely different song. Like you were just what I imagined
I don't
was
think
like
you
you
should.
just
I don't think
heard
you
like
should,
a cool song and you're just farting
sorry,
around like
Taylor,
I'm gonna
I'm
make.
sorry.
Can
I'm
I
gonna
hit
make
some of
this
that weed?
song.
It's okay.
It just was not what I expected, and I really like that one.
I'll put it out. I just like the smoke.
I can't have.
I can't smell it.
You know how
at
much.
all.
You know how much I love
Wait,
to.
put it under my nose.
You know how much I love to
Put
smoke.
it under my nose. Let me
Are you
see if I can
serious?
smell it. Just want to see if I can smell it. Let me see. Oh, it's gonna get me high, isn't it?
You. I assumed that's why you were doing that. I don't.
Can I put it in my mouth and see if I can taste it?
No, I can't smell it at all because I hate the smell of weed.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant smell.
It's
I am
gross.
sorry for that.
It's a gross
No,
smell.
it's fine.
I like. I
You don't
like.
have to
Here's what I.
apologize to me, baby.
I just
I-
hope you know that.
What?
This child is gonna come out with fetal weed syndrome.
I asked you if I could smoke
It
it
was
on
just a
the porch.
joke, man. I wasn't even gonna say that. But Jonathan, it was good.
Well,
Dude, his
chillax,
sleeping baby is gonna get
man.
fetal weed.
I was gonna say, I hope you know that you're
Fetal weed.
you're going to
Fetal weeded.
hell.
Sounds like the shittiest weed, dude. Oh, going to hell.
Fetal weed.
You're going to hell in a knockoff Gucci handbag,
You want-
sister.
Damn, that's not even a very nice handbag.
Damn. Single homicide.
Single homicide. Thank you for listening to this episode. I had to re-record this outro audio because when I first made this, I was unaware that I had accidentally deleted all the footage from this episode. And unfortunately, the next episode as well. So you didn't even get to see the baby. Anyway, and that won't even make sense to say, probably, because there's no footage. Anyway, thanks for listening anyway.